Let's see here. First up. Public hearing.
Something to do with the fire department, I think.
I believe it is.
Finally. I'm excited.
Public hearing number 1, pursuant to not-for-profit corporation law 404F. The Homer Fire Department desires to be incorporated as a 501c3 corporation. The proposed area to be protected is the whole of Village of Homer and any outside thereof pursuant to contract or authorization by statute or upon the dissolution of the village and any successor to such village. The proposed certificate of incorporation is signed by Richard Elmo Sr., Malin Irish Jr., and Tim Maxim.
Right. Do you have anything to say?
I think it's great. Now they can actually put money and people won't be getting messed up on declaring it as a
Well, it's a 501c4, they can still collect, they're a 501c4 right now, they can still take donations, but they're subject to 30%. So in a 501c3, they would be 100%.
100% deductible. Yes. Yeah.
When they finally got done with the recipients.
And then you can apply for grants yourself.
All right.
So there's something we need to do to approve it or?
Nothing really changed. Yes, you have to approve the bylaws that were submitted to you, but nothing really changes. You still have authority over officers and things like that. I guess I would say it's kind of like an employer and a union. You know, you still have ability for rules and regulations because we are still employees of the village. But this is strictly a monetary thing that allows us to. Apparently banking laws and that kind of thing changed, as you guys are well aware, and we've been working on this for quite a while, so.
I did not see the bylaws, but did you guys?
I did not. Well, we don't need the.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
You said, you know.
Well, eventually, yeah, we do have to do that, but this is just to approve this part.
Oh, I'm good with that. I'll make the motion that we approve the resolution.
The attorney didn't send them to you?
No,
No,
I haven't seen them.
and that's why I'm logging on them, but we're doing this.
well, we still have to close the public hearing for this. Do we have any other?
Right, but I was pretty sure he was supposed to send those to you because he told us not to do anything with them. He would take care of all of that. And
Yeah,
well, I will be in touch with him tomorrow because. Yeah, you guys, I'm pretty sure need to approve those. Nothing really changes, just,
we could do that in another meeting.
well, it's just one step further that this is being pushed out.
Yeah, but
I'll make a funny motion.
No,
we'll make a funny
we
motion.
gotta close. We still have to close the public hearing first. Anybody?
Oh, I did. I thought we did that. I already asked.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Anybody else?
Oh, yeah,
Anybody? Anybody? Okay, go ahead.
I'll make a motion that we accept this resolution as stated and allow the mayor, once he sees the bylaws, to approve the second portion.
Hmm.
Will we do that?
Dante, can we do that?
Yeah, so I'd like to see the bylaws before you do that, but he's exactly right. This is just becoming an unincorporated sort of association into an actual 501c organization. So it doesn't really change any of our municipal laws.
Okay.
You guys still have the authority, you know, under our municipal code and the authority under the municipal code to regulate and manage the thing. But yeah, let's wait till we get the bylaws to do that step.
I withdraw the portion on the bylaws.
They're in our email. I just forwarded them to you guys.
Well,
They were
I
attached.
need to.
We still have to.
I need to have time to read it.
Yeah, we'll do that after.
I think they were.
They weren't there this afternoon, I know that, my last look.
Do we have a second?
I'll
So-
look into the one.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Okay, we'll get the bylaws taken care of, because Dante's got to read through them first anyway. Before we Mark do anything. All right. Next up. Meeting proper. Minutes. Oh, I thought you were scooting out, man.
Going to.
Well, there you go. Then I did laugh appropriately. I did laugh appropriately.
Yes.
Yes.
Should get something else.
No, you're fine.
Did you, the other, well, did you guys get the information on property tax thing that I sent you?
Yeah, there's something that's gumming that up that we have to look at, but I mean, I want to do it.
Yes. We need to do something.
And I'm not sure if is the town got an issue with it?
No, they're okay, but they're gonna probably follow our lead
Okay,
on what we,
I
Right,
also
it's
saw today,
each municipality has to do their own,
yeah.
I'll be honest with you, each firefighter that wants to do that has to live in the jurisdiction being protected.
right,
I think that counted, there's like 17 in the village. And I ran some quick numbers for just my piece of property, the current assessment and all that. If the school district doesn't go on board, I'm better off taking the $200 income tax credit than the property tax.
okay,
So, and each person has to apply for it. It's not an automatic,
okay,
so each individual that wants to, they're talking about making it so that you can claim both the income tax credit and this, because now you can only get one or the other. And for me, if the school district doesn't buy into this, it's a wash. It's like $8 difference. So, yeah.
I don't know if you saw, there's also some proposed laws coming that would allow us to kind of.
Oh, yeah, that's,
a stipend, yeah.
yeah, that's stirred up a hornet's nest with the Career Firefighters Union.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, not part of that anymore, but
There you
I
go.
figured that was gonna happen.
All right,
But I
Thanks.
attended a seminar on that. If you guys got any questions on that property tax thing, let me know.
okay,
I'll try to get you squared away.
yeah,
All right.
all right, thanks, Bill.
Thanks, man.
All right,
Okay, so I didn't find any major issues, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous? Okay. Authorization of payment of the bills.
I'll make the motion that we pay the bills as stated.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, okay, treasurer's report.
Gone through it, looked okay to me. And signed the vouchers, looked okay to me. I'll make a motion, we accept the treasurer's report
I'll
as
go
stated.
along with that, I'll second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And it's Tanya's birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday, it's only number.
All right, we'll begin with cemetery reports.
I haven't been up to take a look and see how the building's coming along. Is anybody?
No, but I'm going to.
I have pictures on my phone I can pass you.
Yeah, it's coming along good.
You got any crazy photos on the cameras of anybody doing anything nefarious?
Just me.
Just the ice cream.
No.
I'll make a motion that we accept the cemetery report as written.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
So here and then pull down, there's some there and some.
Code enforcement.
Hold down.
Oh, I got it. That's enough.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll look at it. Code enforcement report.
Done pretty well, three permits already, it's only mid-February.
I make a motion that we accept the code enforcement report as written.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous? DPW.
So you've been checking the village for day burners. Do we have a,
Yes.
okay,
What does that term mean? Huh?
means there are new LED lights that are staying on during the day when they're supposed to be off.
Yeah, definitely see some here and there, yeah.
Do you have a 10-year paving plan that's handy?
A 10-year paving.
With you? Right
No,
now?
not tonight, but I mean,
Back in your office.
you know, what streets you do every year? Because don't you do?
Yeah, we have
a
a
10-year plan?
You can't pave them for 10 years after you pave them.
Oh, you can,
Can't.
No,
so that's the state law.
that would chip use chips money.
If you use the.
There you go, Buzz. See?
Although I
He's
heard
got the
they
street
they
light.
might knock that down to 7 because of the environmental stuff, the changes that they made, so the quality of the roads are, yeah,
That'd be great.
yeah.
So it's a 7-year plan, then, maybe.
They hear anything more about the, like a chips for water?
They're still pushing, we're still pushing for it. Nikon, it's like Nikon's biggest thing that they're pushing on this year.
Yeah,
It makes sense. You shouldn't have to compete for funding for infrastructure like that.
they put $500 million into it for this year,
I know.
so could we get 2 or 3 or 4 or?
Well, like I say, if they does, you know, like does a road every 10 years, I mean, it'd be foolish not, you know, to fix the infrastructure under the ground.
After you pave it.
Yeah. And that's what they talked about at Nikon was, you know, the fact that they go through and they repave these roads and then the heavy trucks break all the water lines and sewer lines, and then they gotta go and dig it right up again and replace all that stuff.
So it needs to be deep enough and everything else.
I think just like digging up the pavement myself.
Well, I like to get it before it gets cold.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the streets and parks report as written.
I'll second it.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Fire departments.
$34 calls, pretty good. Average of at least one a day, if not more on some days. Thank God they go into fires, I run out of them.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the fire department report.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes. Police report, see chief is on there.
That's
3 felony arrests.
I think they have 1 or 2 out of in a month or something. I see he's got his new strips in, I think.
Yeah, I had to keep.
I'll make a motion, we accept the report as written.
I'll second it.
It's on the agenda.
Chief, anything you want to add?
No, other than a great job on getting the DRI.
Are gonna allow us to buy all Fords, electric Fords from now on.
So Chief, I got a question for you. How do you know the guy, the sergeant from Phoenix? He said he had his picture taken with you. Were you, trying to poach or what's going on?
What's that again? I didn't hear you.
I heard you had your picture taken with the sergeant from the Phoenix Police Department.
Oh, no, I used to work with him at the sheriff's office.
Oh, okay.
Yep. He's a friend of mine, and the chief from Phoenix was there, and I used to work with him too. So it was good seeing both of them.
There you go.
Well, good.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Yes. Thank you, chief.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
All right.
All right, rec reports.
He's got a lot of coaches signed up for the different things. That's good, I guess.
Is Zach on tonight?
No, it's there.
Zach is actually having, he is sick. He's having, dinner with his dad for his birthday. He said to wish everybody congratulations on the DRI. So he texted
Thank
me.
you,
So maybe Tanya or, there were some major expenses that we signed today for the rec department. I'm just,
Yep.
can you just clarify
So
some of
the-
that for me?
Desk is an annual fee. That's the software that we use for the recording all the kids' registrations, what program the money is collected there. The other larger one is probably the shoulder pads that was ordered. There's part of it is still on back order. All that was paid, if any, is what we have. I don't think that was in there though. We also had in there an ad in the Center for Arts program. So, you're talking about the basketball. So the
Yeah.
shoulder pads weren't in there. Basketball uniforms came in. So we had budgeted 5,000 for basketball and he only spent 2,300 roughly and 2,700. So one got 23, one was 27. And so the extra money, he is putting towards football and hoping to buy some pants for football. The first ones that he ordered weren't good enough. They need to be double stitched. They only have one. So he asked if he could order one to see, and the quality he brought to the coaches, and he's like, I could touch them and they come right apart, so they won't last more than a couple of years.
Okay, thank you, appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So you have any ideas on how we can recognize our volunteer coaches? There's a whole bunch here and I can't exactly read them all off right now.
We can do it on
They get a
Facebook.
T-shirt, don't they?
If we want to, we can put them on Facebook after each sport and stuff. Cause he has his own Facebook page too. And so he can put them all on, same as the village.
I think that's a great idea. We rely so heavily on these people who are volunteering and.
Oh, yes, they're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
We can also list them in the Homer News and send them, each time, because we have pages on there. We
There you
can
go.
do that.
good idea.
Okay, sure. Somebody,
Still waiting on a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the tax report as written.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, okay. The water and sewer.
Is 6 inches the normal size of our main water pipes, or do they go? Fancy.
Well, that's what I said, the main feed up through 281 is 10,
Okay,
but
and,
then you got 6 on the other side of it.
okay,
But 6 is usually,
and 10 is the one that goes up to the tanks?
wow, 8 goes up to the old tanks. 12 goes into the tank.
Well, okay.
We,
Wow.
have that little thing with the sewer. What's going on with that now? Where are we?
The meter.
The meter.
Oh, I guess they got to take care of it, I guess. It's in there, it's like an eye. It drops over actually, there's a weir, they call it a weir, it closes up.
Right,
Someone goes through it. Registers how high it is.
right.
Well, it's set up there with a pipe. And it leans over the top of the ice and down, well, the pipe had rusted and.
Old.
Do we have are they gonna pay to replace it or?
Well, last time he left it, he said he was talking to the mayor for it.
Okay,
And the contract calls for them to replace that, so we're expecting them to, and then they're gonna bill us on the average.
right.
For the quarter, so we're not gonna get this $1 million bill from a broken meter.
Right, because that's,
Where is it located?
Yeah,
It's down right at the city line by Cortlandville. Where the new building they put up there, I guess, for the Habitat type building.
Yeah.
So it's right there, you see a little shanty out there.
Okay.
All right, anything else you want to add, Buzz?
I guess we're still talking about the tank, right?
Yeah, I don't know, we put in for some grants for the tank. I don't know if we've heard yet.
Yeah, no,
We have not heard.
yes, we have.
We have heard that it's a no.
Yes, it's a no.
We will apply again because they have all this clean water infrastructure money and they continue to, I continue to go to these things at Nikon where they tell us, oh, you gotta apply for it. We've got all this money.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we apply. Yeah.
I'll make a motion to accept Buzz's report.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous? All right, privilege of the floor. And then we got Fred. Hey, Fred,
All right, can you hear me?
we can.
Well, Homer did really well today and not only in accepting the grant, and I really congratulate you for all you did, but to have Pat, Hal, and Ed all have suit and ties on in one place. It was,
At the same time.
anyways, the town certainly recognizes all the work that went into it and congratulations.
Thank you.
Just some highlights on our meeting. We'll have a public hearing for our code of ethics, I believe, on the 8th of March. We did sign the mutual sharing agreement with the village. There'll be a carpet replaced from the front door to the doors of the town and village office. That was passed, and what we had hoped for is if there's a cancellation, they're going to do it on President's Day. If they're not, it's going to be on the 6th and 7th of March. And it'll be that carpet that I referred to, as well as the bathroom off the main courtroom. Needs new linoleum, and so that's all part of the bid. We did respond to the state for our corrective action plan regarding 1/2 of our state audit, which should be listed on the comptroller's website shortly, I believe. We are proceeding with changing all the street lights outside of the village. There's only 45 of them, but the cost is going to be about $2,000, and the incentives to do it are about $2,300. So the incentives are going to cover the entire cost of it, and National Grid will continue to own them. In conversations with the people to be, that if any community has less than 200 lights, it's not to their advantage to take ownership.
That makes sense.
So we extended our tax collection time, and the clerks just can't say enough good about the ATC program that you're using to collect taxes. Our application for Bridge New York went in, I believe, on January 19th. So we're sure hoping that that what the village got today will influence that application. The plans for the police department are they were reviewed by Kevin McMahon. So the next phase is getting an architect, not an architect, but an engineer to begin to draw up some plans. It may be Randy, it may not. So there was more talk on the billboards and some talk about redoing the comprehensive plan. Both were kind of tabled till next meeting. And I just really want to thank the village for the job the DPW is doing at keeping the parking lot clean and salted. They're doing one terrific job this year. I bought some bags of salt for the stairs and for the back entrance, and I've only had to use it once. So who's ever doing it is doing a terrific job. So I believe that's all I had, unless Pat remembers some more.
Nope, you covered everything, Fred.
So,
Thank you, Fred.
well, thank you for the privilege, and I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Okay.
Anytime. Okay, next up. Approving insufficient fund fees for the ACH payments.
They just moved them up. So we have to charge 35.
Okay, that's fine.
So.
So that's what they're charging us, so we just
Yeah.
need to pass it on to people.
We don't charge them any extra than what.
Yeah, okay.
You need a motion or anything?
Because it changes our ordinance.
I'll make a motion that we adjust our ACA payments to $35.
One second.
Under the discussion, I'd just like to make note that this is being done by the bank. We are not adding anything to it.
Right,
It is just straight from the bank through.
yeah, just passing on the fee.
Yeah.
All right, we have a second, right?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, okay. Next up, discuss water and sewer credit requests.
Looks like there's two of them.
Bing boom, pretty easy.
Nothing too much. I like them. I'll make a motion that we accept the sewer and water credits as stated here. They're very small.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, okay.
All right, somebody else.
Next up, accept.
I feel good today.
Good today. Good be.
Accept the $200 donation for used exclusively for purchases related to the Homer football recreation program.
Make a motion that we accept the $200 donation and thank you to the supporter who is helping us to cover all these costs related to the football program. It's one of our most popular recreation programs.
I'll second it.
We can't say it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. Thank you for that donor. All right. Declare 5 pairs of turnout gear surplus due to damage and fire.
Well, this is all damage down that they had got down at the car dealership.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huh.
Said they had oil or something
Yep.
smeared on them and they just
So,
ruin them. They're expensive outfits.
yeah, I was there when Jay kind of explained it to us, so I'll make a motion to accept that.
I'll second that.
Discussion?
I understand we get most of it back. in
Aye.
Sure, five. We get all of it back. so
Yep.
Very good. Very-
All right, approve authorizing, me or Pat in my absence to sign, of the CAC grant application for use of 10 grant. Oh, the climate smart, yes, or the clean energy community, yep.
We'll go back to this one.
Yeah, we'll come back, yeah.
We have a motion,
I'll make a motion to approve authorizing Mayor McCabe or Deputy Mayor Patrick Flynn in his absence, signing of the T grant application for use of time.
I'll second it.
all right, any discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It says,
Right,
Oh, we need to go back to E.
oh, I skipped E, I'm sorry. Approve budget increase for Homer Fire Department for replacement of 5. Oh, okay, approve the budget. Right, increase for them to get it replaced through insurance proceeds.
I'll make the motion to do so.
Second.
All in favor?
aye.
Yes.
There.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, it's been-
Okay, all right, is that, yeah, look at all this paperwork. Okay, I got. Let's see. Next up, approve a kind to assistance to firefighters grant with 9 local fire departments for portable radios. For $617,000.75. Our share would be
Of the radios is 102.
$102,000 with a match. Also our match that we'd have to put up is $9,302 if we get the grant.
Yeah, and they
Okay.
have the money in the budget, and so they want to reserve it, which is
Okay.
the next motion.
Okay.
Sounds like a great return.
Yeah, they came up with that.
No.
I'll make a motion to.
All right,
I'll second it.
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, yes, okay. Approve transferring $9,302.27 to fire department equipment reserves for the match in the assistant to firefighters grant.
I make a motion that we approve such transfer.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Yes, okay. Next up, approve fire department software contract with Data Demon.
I like the name.
Fireman
Me too.
software is no longer being supported, so they had to find another software. For the 3 quotes, this is the one, and after testing, they chose to go with and are working with is the next motion plan first to get it in installed and working correctly. Part of it will also be putting the backups back, their work back on the server, which it is not now, and it is not backed up anywhere. So all of that will be done as part of this.
That's good.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but there were 3 bids and this was the lowest.
This was the third.
Yep.
And this was the lowest.
They chose to go from 2 users to 4, because 4 gives them unlimited, and they can add it onto more computers, so it's 4 or more that you pay for. So the only difference between the 2 quotes, between the 2 and the 4, is they went to 4 so that all the chiefs could access it at home and they have enough computers. So,
That makes sense.
and then actually the office can access it, because this will actually have part of the HR on it, so they checked mine and Maureen's computer. Also Nate Parker for the mechanic will have access to it, and they'll be able to do all the work right on it and the inventory.
It's a local company, not a lot, yeah.
Really nice.
Jay and Malin were really, and Kevin, they briefed Kevin and I on the first 2, and they talked about this briefly. They were waiting for more information. They did a real good research on all 3 companies. And I think this is gonna be the way to go. It's local, it's good price, good value, and they've had good conversation. So when you talk about customer support,
Yeah, that's
Really,
great.
They do well with us, that'll help them with their marketing, so they're gonna give us great support on that.
and there's a few other departments that already use it and have said it's done right by them.
Yep.
So,
All right,
Did we get the motion?
not yet.
Well, then I'll make the motion to approve that the Data Demon is our new computer source for the fire department.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Thank you, Jen. All right. Next up. Improve fire department installation plan with plan first for Data Demon.
So the plan first went and tested all the hard drives, all the hardware, the internet access, everything is here except installing the access points. They do need a desktop and 2 laptops, and actually because of the setup fees and everything and getting the software on it, we're better off going with plan first than getting them anywhere else.
Okay,
So that's the first quote. The second quote is getting the backups done and putting them on the server. As I mentioned, right now, they do not back up anything.
right.
And so the village is responsible for that data. They would have their own drive, just like the police does, so no one has access except the fire department.
Right,
And then they're gonna show them how, say there's data that only the chiefs can see and not the other side or others. We're gonna show them how to do the folders themselves that way.
very good.
The only, like I mentioned, the only other thing that is in the plan is getting Wi-Fi to work upstairs. And they have to do internet access, installations, and they also may have to run wire or have Bob Beard run the wire.
Okay,
I'll make a motion that we approve the fire department installation plan with plan first for Data Demon.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Yes, okay, all right. Another income survey, huh?
This is an update to, survey we've already done, but it's, out of date for,
Right,
UFC. This is for the sewer pump projects, the Pedal sewer pump project that we're going to do. There are 2 ways of getting hardship assistance, one through environmental justice and through income surveys. We went through the process for environmental justice, which the effect is just too small here in
Okay.
Village of Homer, so it's not going to fly. So henceforth, we'll do the income survey. I think we're pretty well positioned because the previous survey got us over the limit for
Yeah.
CDBG. I do anticipate it's going to be the same here. So,
okay,
just need to get it done.
yeah. Yeah, I thought they did a good job last time and that made a
Yeah.
big difference for us.
0% loans, I mean, my gosh, that really did pay off.
But what was the fee?
The proposal, I believe, is around 17K, I believe.
17,000.
That's, and we have sewer reserve funds for
Okay,
that.
right, cool.
We
I'll make the
actually,
motion that we,
Oh, okay.
I'll make the motion that we go with G and G income survey proposal. That's right.
I'll second it.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Right. Good. All right. Approved Depot Tree Cutting Company contract.
Who are
Uh,
Very funny.
they? He lives on the other side of my house.
at the end of this year, it would go out for bid, because we go out every 3 to 5 years.
Right.
We would be up. And then the same terms would be put out to any other vendor next year, but this would be for the 2023 to 2024.
Very good.
I'll make a motion that we approve the full tree cutting contract as proposed.
I'll second it. And under discussion, I'd like to say he's been amenable. We've had to make some adjustments for better accounting and
Right.
he has done so without complaint. So
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, very good. Approved Depot Tree Cutting Company for $6,000 for 2023 for the removal of 3 Glenwood Cemetery trees.
That's
They're
still-
ugly trees to
still
take
within our
down.
budget, right?
Yeah, it was approved in the budget separately, and these were the ones that were supposed to be done every year and never got told to them, so we pulled them out separately to make sure they're done. And then in this, the proposal has where the cemetery, like, pick up everything after it's cut down, they take care of it, so the costs are different than the other, and the stumps are gonna be left there, and then they deal with them.
That makes sense.
They're really,
Okay.
really big trees.
Yeah, I got you.
Hard to get at.
Maybe that's why, because over the years, I really can't remember the Jim Toolin senior engineers who were not taking down their own trees.
Right.
I guess these are beyond that. They're
Yeah.
almost.
It must be.
Yeah, he brought it up during the cemetery annual meeting and was saying they can't do them because of where they are and how high,
Right,
so
I'm good with that.
I'll make a motion that we approve Depot Tree Cutting Company for $6,000 for the removal of 3 Glenwood Cemetery trees.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, all right. Accepts a Department of Environmental Conservation grant for $1,500 for equipment.
it's for hoses for the fire department.
There you go.
And they have a $1,500 match, which is planned to be in the next budget year.
I'm making a motion to accept the DEC grant for 15 grand. For
1,500.
1,500.
Nice try, Tim. I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Those hoses run out, they only last so many years.
Yeah.
And,
All right, approved community gardens contract for 2023 season.
And can we thank Victor Siegel? He actually did this for me.
Did he?
Rolled it all over again.
Thank you, Vic.
Thank you, Victor.
yeah, well, he was one of the first people that helped fund it, and,
Yep.
you know, I was one of the first people who built the boxes, and of course, they all rotted since, but, so they're really nice ones now, so. And their soil, I understand,
Well, the soil is for.
some of it maybe.
Yeah,
left.
but
Excess soil.
I think haven't seen that. I think there's gonna be some excess soil. So,
Okay, that's great, because they need some, because a lot of the boxes are low. But that started, a lot of years ago, there's lead on that property, and we had to put a rubber sheet down. Because they used to make landmines there during World War II, and they had lead in the fuses or something like that. And it contaminated the property, because we had it tested, and so it had lead, and so there's a rubber mat under that. And then, you know, that's why it's safe to grow vegetables on, just for people to know. So $10 for a plot, it hasn't gone up in what, 8-10 years, so. Hey, there's water there, and you can put your shovel in one of the buildings there, I think, and you get a key for the water thing, and the hose is there, so you can turn the water on. it's a pretty nice deal for anybody that wants to grow
Yeah.
some vegetables without having your own plot in the village. So it's a good deal, people, sign up.
I'll make a motion that we approve the community gardens contract for the 2023 season.
Second,
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, okay. Approved budget adjustments,
So each of these just basically are in the same, like,
Yeah.
department and just moving them over. A little bit was moved over for some equipment from lines that hadn't used them either. I don't know, that was,
and this, again, this is a lot of work that I know that we create for you, because we have everything broken out into accounts like this, so that you can tell where it's going, rather than just having everything in giant contractual accounts. So I do appreciate all the additional work. I think it is a great way to, you know, for us to keep track of things and for our residents to be able to see where the money goes.
Transparent.
Although we gotta move some money over for death paper. Where is this death paper?
vital statistics, we didn't
Oh.
budget it in there, we budgeted it in,
That was some special new kind of paper.
no, actually, you have to buy specific death paper, that's where death certificates are put on, but we budgeted it in clerk treasurer,
Got it.
and it's actually vital statistics. It's not much money.
That's our shared service agreement with Hogwarts.
Yeah. All right,
I'll make a motion that we accept the budget adjustments as stated here.
very good.
Along with the paper.
All right, now we're on to
You
the,
need to vote.
oh,
You got a
all in
motion, you got
favor?
a second.
Aye.
Aye.
Sorry about that. I was getting all excited at how fast we're going through this agenda.
Yeah, don't jinx us.
I know. Skipping things, trying to do everything I can.
Well, if that check is just driving you nuts, you're trying to go down to the bank and it's not open
Yeah,
yet.
I know. I'm gonna put it in the deposit slot. All right, the recording and admittance in non-public forums policy.
Gotta read something into the record.
All right,
Recording and admittance in non-public forums. Whereas the Village of Homer wishes to note restrictions of access to non-public forums to protect the security and privacy of taxpayer and employee information. Whereas the Village of Homer wishes to protect the safety of village employees, vendors, and taxpayers. Whereas the Village of Homer wishes to protect employees and taxpayers' protected data. The Village of Homer wishes to restrict access to the following non-public forums: Village Clerk's Office, Village Mayor's Office, Village Office Behind Counter Access, Village Treasurer's Office, Village Recreation Office, Village Codes Office, Village DPW Buildings, Village Water and Sewer Garage and Office, Village Police Department Building, Village Fire Department Building, Village Historian Office, Village Sewer Pump Houses. The Village of Homer wishes to restrict recording in the following non-public forums without consent ahead of time: Village Clerk's Office, Village Mayor's Office, Village Treasurer's Office, Village Recreation Office, Village Codes Office, Village DPW Buildings, Village Water Sewer Garage and Office, Village Police Department Building, Village Cemetery Office Building, Village Fire Department Building, Village Sewer Pump Houses, Village Historian Office. Exceptions to the policy. The only exceptions to the policy are the following: A, individuals or vendors invited for business purposes. B, oversight agencies. C, when a building or office noted is used for a public forum. Required signage. Signage will be posted noting either no employees beyond point or no recording allowed. No recording means no recording of sound, tapes, videos, the use of cameras, phones, iPad, computers, or any electronic devices without written consent. Responsible for policy. The responsibility of policy lies with the Village Board of Trustees. Each year, the policy will be reviewed annually during the organizational meeting. Compliance or questions with the policy from employees, individuals, businesses, oversight agencies, or others will be sent to the foral officer in writing using the foral form, or to the alternate foral officer in the foral's office absence.
I like it.
quite a rhyme at the end there. The foil.
The foil, man.
All right,
I'll make a motion that we accept the policy as stated.
I'll second that.
discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
It is.
If we find things we don't like, we can fix it later. But that's a pretty good start.
All right, next up is the DRI update. Hey, we won the DRI. And as they like to tell me, now the real work begins, and right, that's what I keep hearing, so, the next thing that's gonna happen is, the state will pick for us a consultants. And take 300,000 of the 10 million off the top to pay the consultants.
They did it to everybody.
Yeah, that consultant is gonna be responsible for basically deciding what projects go forward, so they will. I guess when they came to Cortland for it, they were in town for a week. Kind of checking things out before they even let anybody know they were here, sort of undercover.
Really?
Yeah, so if you see any shady characters that you don't know. You know, they might be our consultants, but after that, we'll have a big community forum. Where all the residents. It'll have to be restricted to residents, will come and we'll talk about all the potential projects. And, you know, put things up on the wall, and then everyone gets a sticker, and you go put your stickers, however we're gonna do it, it's, you know, it's one of those things, but basically people will vote for what they like. The consultants will also do sort of a financial analysis to see what's most viable, and then they'll kind of let us know what projects we're gonna be working on. So it's a process, it's gonna take a while. We're gonna need our DIRI committee to come back together and kind of go through this. It's not gonna be as, you know, every single week the way it was up to the application, because I know that was a lot. That's too much for people to commit to, but there'll still be quite a bit, but it's an amazing $10 million in a village this size is gonna go a long way.
People can actually come up with other projects to pursue too.
Yeah.
So the ones that we propose do not necessarily have to be the ones that you can only choose and pick from.
Correct.
You can come up with other ideas,
Yep,
but the consultant's gotta say, oh yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
So they're kind of,
Yeah, and when you figure that it's $10 million, but it leverages at least that much, well, probably more than that. We're looking at 20 million to $30 million investment in the village. So that's huge. So,
what this does, folks, is that it grants generally 35 cents on the dollar. So if you want to spend $1 on a project, this grant could give you 35 cents off. So it only costs you 65 cents to help make it more viable. It's tough to start projects in New York,
yeah,
and this is the incentive, 35% off to help you do some nice stuff for the village. So come up with ideas, you get 35% off.
look at.
So,
Yeah.
could you address a couple residents on Pine and Wall? They're thinking you're gonna take their home on the projects.
So
And
Yeah,
it's all over Facebook.
there's not.
And they mentioned how you said it wouldn't happen, so they want to make sure that that's the case.
can
And they want to be
understand-
able to sleep tonight.
You
So
can
that's why I'm
understand their
asking.
concern.
Yeah, I can. It to the, I
I'm not-
mean, and it's almost, I almost want to joke about it, but I understand that they're seriously concerned, so I won't even joke. No, we're not using eminent domain. We're not taking anyone's houses. It's not happening. It's absolutely not happening. There's no project that we're gonna do that we're gonna do, where we will use that. We will do other projects. So please, everyone can sleep easy tonight. Yes. Yeah, and if we need to make a recording of this to put on Facebook for people then we can do that too, because I don't want anyone to think that that's gonna happen. I feel terrible that people would even think that that's something that we're considering. So,
I will answer.
okay. Sorry. Yeah, that's about it.
congratulations.
Congratulations to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who started on this.
Just one last thing. I know that you made mention to Ed about his efforts. And I think as a group, Ed, thank you. I mean,
Yeah.
you never gave up. Your persistence and persistence alone, you helped bring this to fruition. So
Yeah.
thank you for your efforts. Appreciate this.
That's what I try to do.
If you didn't, yeah, if you didn't
If you didn't keep pissing off Hal, you should never would have.
Maybe bad, no, but I was so glad that, you know, with the years that we just didn't have the bandwidth and said, I'd just run with it. You did. If you hadn't done that, it wouldn't have laid the foundation, and that was good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So.
It all started with a tent and a beer tent.
Ski movies.
Ski movies. I never got so drunk in my life, just watching ski movies. It's unbelievable.
You need to get out more.
It was a long time ago. I remember.
I believe it. Okay, Dante, any comments for us?
Well, I want to wish Tanya a happy birthday. I didn't know it was her birthday. Happy birthday. She's apparently doing like 2 or 3 different jobs now in the village, and she got me over today. Much appreciated the economic analysis that we need to move forward with our portion of the Little White Church sale to move forward to the comptroller's office. So I'm going to be including that with a little package of information out to them shortly, so we can see if they'll give us some guidance on what we want to do, and hopefully they'll, you know, assist with or issue some sort of advisory opinion. So appreciate that, Tanya, and happy birthday.
Excellent.
And that's it.
That's it. All right, very good. Comments from board members. Start with the man of the hour.
Thank you all for all the help. Our DRI committee was awesome. Toma was great.
Homo was great.
So thanks to all. Now we have fun. Now we got to put together a CFA. We got to get the rest of that river trail, and I got to get my dog park somehow.
I'm with you. All right. Pat,
Fred kind of covered
Stole all your
everything,
thunder
stole all
again?
my thunder. However, did know that the amnesty credit for the landfill for 2023 was approved for $2,700 per municipality. So we'll be able to do the amnesty again this year and have some of that money taken care of.
yep, and what, I'm trying to think, I think we spent about 3 times that much each time we do it. Yeah, but it's a great service for our residents. So, that's it?
That's it.
Yeah, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, Ken. And so we have the village and the town of Homer are working together for the canned food and dry food drive for the Homer Food Pantry and Country Acres Animal Shelter. Bring your canned food, pastas, pre-packaged pastas like mac and cheese and rice, along with other rice products, to the town hall at 31 North Main Street, or the Homer Fire Department, or the Homer Police Department, now through February 28th. And the town approved it on their side as
Good.
well. So when this finishes, we're looking to do a joint town and village presentation. And all this stays within the community.
that's great.
So
That's awesome.
thank you for reminding me.
Just 2 weeks from now. Just 2 weeks.
Yeah, but
Well, I got a bunch of stuff. And I hope I'm not overstepping my bounds as a trustee when I bring this, because this is all food for thought. This is in reference to the signage issue that we have. Now, we have the Center for the Arts, American Legion, and the fire station. So driving around, I stopped and got out and looked at all 3 different signs. The Center for the Arts, the existing sign, you can plug anything into that.
Yeah.
You don't have to start from.
yes, and that was what their plan.
And the same with the Legion.
Yeah.
You know, they've got all, and blah, blah, blah. But the fire station, they need a whole new sign.
Yeah.
That's a piece of crap. Okay, so anyway. What I'd like to do if we can, I think we have a meeting scheduled for the 28th.
Yeah.
Is I will do this, if you guys give me permission, but we need to find out who the person and or persons are that changes the letters on each individual sign. Have them come and express their issues, you know. What works, what doesn't work, why is it such a pain in the ass, and why would being able to program it from inside being of a, you know, to make their lives easier.
Sure.
I can, you know, I dealt with this crap for 30 some odd years. Every issue that they have, I had or worse.
Right.
So I think
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Should I do that? Can
Yeah.
I go and meet with them and?
Please.
And find out who it is and invite them to the. Okay.
That would be great.
That would be all right, yeah. You know, because basically, we need to find out what are their exact wants and their exact needs.
Yeah.
Because I had this brainstorm one night that, well, it wasn't actually a brainstorm. Anyways, do they really need to sign the different colors? If we could find one somewhere that it's got to exist out there, that's basically black, white, and red.
Right,
If it's interchangeable, that would suit all of their needs. It would, all three of them. It doesn't have to be colorful. It
right.
just has to meet their needs.
Yeah,
So, I know,
yeah.
I'm just throwing that. out
Look,
there.
I'm with you on that.
You know what I mean?
I'm with you on that.
As long as they can do what they wanted to do, it doesn't have to be multimedia.
Yeah.
It just has to be black, maybe white, and maybe red.
And as we talked about, that there's no ticking clock on this. There's no thing that says we have to,
No,
right? We can take our time. If it takes a year, if whatever, we can make sure we want to do it right.
exactly.
Since you're now gonna be the sign master. I've had some
Yes, Dan.
comments about our current village signs, is that the gold leaf for paint is fading and it's getting hard to read. And so we either need to have it repainted, or maybe we ought to cough up some extra money that we couldn't do before and put real gold leaf in there, so it doesn't fade. It needs to be repainted.
We might need to,
Because we save money by using gold paint.
yeah,
And it needs another coat, so
yeah.
maybe we need to put some.
And we do need to find-
beautification to either repaint it, which is probably what we should do, because gold leaf is really expensive and. we
You
probably
want
should have
quotes
done
for
it.
that? Like, if,
Well, it shouldn't be that much, maybe your sign painter guy,
well, that's what I'm saying.
just
we can tell them.
just repaint them.
We have to also get better LED lights or LED
So the
solar
sign
lights.
master can work on
Solar
that.
lights. Oh man, we got a new nickname out of today.
So, sign people to see quotes for repaint
Okay,
or sign.
Yeah, I think it needs to.
yeah.
And can you, for anybody, what was the name of the company that came and did the demonstration in the parking lot? I can't.
Geez, I think
I've
I
got paperwork somewhere, but
can't find it. I think I've got the brochure still in like.
Well, I didn't like what they did.
no, but they might be able to deliver a black and white sign that does what we need
Yeah,
to
there's
do.
Victor Siegel came up with a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know, did he send them the package into you guys?
No, I think he was on the 28th coming.
I mean, I know he showed a bunch of pictures, but it was just a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, it was a
Same
bunch
old
of
kind
pictures. I didn't
signs.
know what it was.
It was the same old signs with letters, just in fancy enclosures.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
all
it's not
right.
really
Yeah.
all right.
I like the idea of electronic, maybe if they could be like those black signs, they come up just like it is,
Right,
but electronic,
yes.
not the dots.
Right.
Like the church, I can't read that.
No,
The only time you can read that is when you're walking.
yeah, that's the size of the whatever, and now they're down to 6
But the
millimeter.
dots, I can't
The one
hardly
in
read
the
it.
church, I bet those are 20, something like that,
Yeah.
right? They're so, yeah.
And they're hard to read
Yeah, they are.
unless you're walking.
They are.
Thank you.
What else you have, Kevin?
That's enough.
That's,
Cause
I just want to build on what Kevin said, we really had a tremendous turnout last month at our public forum to allow people to talk about the LED lights, and we have some passionate people in our village who really had great ideas and suggestions that we were all really happy to hear. And we do support these wonderful organizations that we have here. We want to help them get their message out, or we want to provide a space for them to get their message out, in keeping with what the village looks like. And so, I'm so glad the sign master is taking.
Just tell me.
I'm sorry, I sort of. Well, what with this DRI, there's probably, if this hotel goes through, they're gonna want a sign too, so you're gonna have more issues with signs, not just these three. It's probably gonna have to.
Yeah.
If Dashers wants to get a better sign, or.
well, I know, I mean, everybody
I
is,
mean, there's gonna be a lot of issues.
no, I know, there's a lot to consider. We have to. That's why we're gonna go slow.
Yes, I agree. I want to go slow.
All right, I think that's it. I don't have any.
Tanya, do we need to talk about the Little White Church costs?
That was just for your information to give to Dante.
Oh, okay.
And like I was asking if you
You
guys
have-
thought of something I didn't think of to add in.
This might have to go into the executive session. I had to,
If you think it does,
okay, let's do it.
we'll explore it there first
Okay.
before, yeah, okay. All right, and questions from the media? No questions?
Boy, you're good.
Yeah,
We
that's all
got a
set.
buffalo.
I think he's got, get something.
Yeah,
He said he's all set,
No.
and Don's no longer from the media.
He
Well,
kind
He's just, he's sure-
of helped himself.
Bring it be the contract.
things that working for them.
The question I have is, this DRI money, if you get a grant, does that project have to be prevailing wage?
I believe it does, yeah, yep. I know, adds a lot of cost, but
It is what it is.
it is what it is, as they say. So is there anything for executive session besides Kevin's thing? Okay.
Yep.
All right, then we need a motion to go to executive session.
I'll make a motion, we close the meeting and move into executive session for.
Your
state
state
law.
public officers law, article 7.